Hi, everybody. This is Gary D with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Monday, July 29th, 2024. So, the initial thought today was that we were going to really just do nothing as we head into Wednesday because tomorrow we have Microsoft and AMD that's going to be reporting. So they're going to set the tone for what happens heading into the Fed meeting. Now, this is the issue that, or just say, some worries that you have to do here is if Microsoft and AMD, if they miss and we see the S&P start heading down, because typically what happens is we have the S&P that's following the NASDAQ. So if that heads down, really what we're going to be looking at is a move coming somewhere down into this anywhere. Let's say there's support right here at 53.46, right down to the say 53.28. So if we look at just some fib extension or fib numbers on this, here you can see these are what we have going on right here. So 78% retracement from this low up to this high. We're looking at a move that's going to be coming in, as I said, down at this 5,300 level. But the thing is that until the bears can take out the 5,400, that's going to be the catalyst to bring us down to 5,300. Now, if the bulls go now, as far as wave structure, I'm really looking at this as an ABC of an A. And now what's happening is we're going to make an ABC of a B. And anywhere up in this area, I have it highlighted here. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, here we go. So on the upside, this is just consolidation right here. So the way that I'm looking at this is an AB, and now we may be making a couple series of ABC moves. But really, I don't believe we're coming up and taking these highs out unless, like I said, there's catalysts that couldn't go, that can push the market really, really much higher than where we are right now. Even though I do believe that the Fed play is played out, meaning even if they cut a quarter point, I mean, like I've been saying, the street's been pricing in 6 cuts. So if they start cutting, what that's actually suggesting is that we're heading into a recession. That's when they start to really cut rates. But in any case, let's say they do a surprise cut and we head higher. This is the last line in the sand. It's going to be right at that 55.47 level, because if we take that out, we're above the 78% retracement, which means that we're probably doing a full retracement and heading up to the 55.86 level. And then from there, that's when we just start looking at previous resistance levels. But my point is that we're in this triangle right here. So the easiest way to trade this is going to be if it breaks below. You can even use these numbers right here. Say the 54.44 level. Then what we're looking at is a move that's going to come down and test the 5,400. So there should be about a 44-point move to the downside. And actually, I have this labeled on there. So this is the triangle. I know this chart is a mess right now, but it makes sense of it. So this is the downside target area if we break that triangle to the downside. And as I said, it's going to be anywhere at that 54.08 down to the 53.84 level. If it breaks through it, then we're heading down to the 53. Now, if the bulls can break it to the upside, depending on when they do it, because if I'm just kind of trying to peel this back a little bit, and this isn't a trade suggestion, this is me just thinking out loud. And what I'm thinking of is if we break through this tomorrow, and we head up somewhere into this, let's say, really it's going to be up at this 55.45 level. and it gets held down there. Let's say we just close this gap at 55.50 and it gets held down. And now what that's setting up, and this is what I'm thinking, is where this is an AB and this is just a cluster of ABCs with a wave C ending here. And if that happened tomorrow, then what happens, or let's just say anywhere 55.11. I think the 55.44 is a little bit of a stretch going into tomorrow, but we've seen crazier things. But let's just say it gets up to these levels here. Now, and then we have what we're going to be waiting for is the AMD and Microsoft. So if they come up here, this is why what I want to be taking a straddle trade, especially if we get up into these levels here. My gut feeling, we're coming down, but I'm not willing to put money to work when we're in a consolidation period and we have a Fed meeting and two important earnings that are going to be coming. So here's the bottom of the range that we're in, 54.45. Here's the top, 54.90. It's really whoever breaks through this. But the thing is that if the bulls break it to the upside, then if you notice, we have a 38% retracement at 54.97. We have this price resistance that's at 55.05. And if they get above it, then we're looking at more resistance up at the 56.26 and the 55.33. So if we can get into a straddle trade and comes up to this 55 or 55.50 or whatever, or 55.05, we're talking about almost a 40-point move, and that's really what we're looking for, is a big move going up or down. And if we head up and we get stalled, and then we see Microsoft and AMD do bad earnings, and next thing we're trading back down this level, I'm believing we're taking these lows out and we're going to come down, and this was just a head fake to the upside. So that's, there's a bunch of scenarios, and the thing is that there's really a lot of, let's just say, market moving news that's going to be coming out at the end of the day tomorrow and then midday Wednesday. And then we have like Apple earnings coming. So it's going to be a pretty important week. But really the easiest way to trade it, let's just go with what AI is telling us right now, which is a mixed bag. And that's why I was neutral today. Here you can see we're on a buy signal, barely on it, because it looks like it's going to take it out. But this has just been jumping back and forth. So it's telling us there is no trend in place. And this is just consolidation. Now, one thing that I would say is this is not typical of the bulls. Typically, when they make the low and they test it again and then come higher, they're screaming up at new highs, or at least testing the 55.87 or somewhere up here. It's V bottoms. You can see right here, up, down, and then we shot up. Let's see if we could see another bottoming process like that. I mean, here, it's not, we didn't really get the test down, but we came down, and this is what I mean. It was a trending higher the whole time. So right now, we're just getting, a buy and sell signals. Here you can see the Arun was on a sell. It's kind of a little bit of a buy. And then we really don't have, if you want to, let me take a look at the, I'm going to take a look at the spiders, because I want to make sure, I want to see. Okay, so looking at the spiders here, again, you can see we're just going on buy and sell signals. There was a strong volume on the downside here. Again, just went sideways. So we're not getting any big buy signals here, and that's telling us the market's just waiting. And if we look at the 60-minute chart, here you can see where, like I said, we're just getting through into a buy signal on the Arun, but it's not convincing at all. Typically, you want to see them trading way up here. The last bar that we had was a buy bar, and that was coming in on the 25th of July. So again, it's just telling us that the street is just waiting to either break to the upside or to the downside. And honestly, that's why I think a straddle trade is gonna work with this, because if we break above it, we're gonna be heading somewhere up into the it just on, let's just say the spiders, if we head above the 548, we're coming all the way up to the 556. So it's going to be almost an 8-point move to the upside. And then if we break it to the downside, then we're coming down to the 537. So we just need to move up or down, and that's really what I'm going to be concentrating tomorrow on, and just let the market do what it's going to do. We took a trade with AMD that expires on Friday. Straddle trade. It's not making any money. It's not losing any money. That trade is going to kick in tomorrow, and really that's about it. We're in a holding period here. We have to wait and see. Are the bulls going to break to the upside, or the bears going to break to the downside? From there, we'll start getting a little bit more information. But I would remain market neutral and just let it do what it's going to do. Because if you're going to guess we're heading to the upside, you have, you're going to be risking money if we break to the downside. And if you break to the downside and the Fed lowers rates and we scream to the upside, you're going to lose. So there's risk on this because it has to move. But we have too many events that are going to be popping in between tomorrow and Friday that really are going to move these markets pretty good. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.